The aesthetics of discipline. The pain you choose. Welcome to the graveyard of New Year's resolutions. Look around you. Can you feel the shift in the atmosphere? The gym is already significantly less crowded than it was just 48 hours ago. The New Year, New Me posts on Instagram are disappearing, replaced by the usual photos of sugary coffees, complaints, and excuses. The enthusiasm is fading like a cheap candle in a storm. The motivation high has crashed. The sugar rush of January 1st is over. The confetti has been swept into the trash, the champagne is gone, and now you are left alone with the hangover of reality. Today is the great filter. This is the day where the tourists go home and the warriors stay in the trenches. This is the day where the weak separate themselves from the elite. Most people mistakenly think that success is a matter of passion, inspiration, or that fleeting spark they call a muse. They wait to feel like working. They wait to feel like training. They wait for permission from their own emotions. But emotions are volatile. Emotions are smoke. Relying on how you feel to determine your future is a strategy for children. A sovereign woman does not rely on feelings. She relies on architecture. Today, we are going to talk about the only thing that actually matters. We are not talking about hustle culture, that endless, vulgar rat race of burnout. That is for amateurs. We are talking about something deeper, something visual. We are talking about the aesthetics of discipline. Because the truth that no one wants to say out loud is this: laziness is not just unproductive. Laziness is ugly. Let's be brutally honest about what a lack of discipline actually looks like. Strip away the pretty packaging of self-care, taking it easy, or listening to your body. Look at the naked reality of a life without structure. Laziness is physically repulsive. Picture this scene. It is the snoozed alarm clock ringing 5 times in a row, creating a morning defined by panic and adrenaline. It is the cortisol spiking before you even get out of bed. It is rushing out the door with messy hair, wrinkled clothes you pulled off a chair because you didn't hang them up, and eating cheap processed food in your car because you failed to prepare. It is the pile of dirty dishes in the sink that smells like stagnation and defeat. It is the unfinished projects rotting in the back of your mind, creating a constant background noise of anxiety and shame. It is the feeling of being bloated, sluggish, late, and constantly apologizing to people who respect you less and less. Do you see the picture? It is chaotic. It is messy. It is low status. There is nothing elegant about a woman who cannot control her own impulses. There is nothing mysterious or attractive about a woman who is a slave to her own, "I don't want to." Now look at the other side. When you see a disciplined woman, you are not just seeing hard work. You are seeing beauty. Discipline is poise. Discipline is grace under pressure. Discipline is the bed made perfectly in the morning, setting the standard for the entire day. Discipline is skin that glows because it is hydrated and rested. Discipline is the calm, low voice of someone who knows she has handled her business. Discipline is the ultimate luxury of time. She has time for coffee, for reading, for silence, because she didn't waste her hours on nonsense. We love to talk about the old money aesthetic. We talk about silk, cashmere coats, pearls, and vintage cars. But the ultimate accessory of a high-value woman is self-command. You can wear a Chanel suit, but if you are chaotic inside, if you are disorganized and reactive, you will still look cheap. Your internal chaos will leak through the fabric. But a disciplined woman in a plain black t-shirt looks like royalty. Why? Because she owns herself. And self-ownership is the most expensive asset in the world. Part 2. The definition of freedom. The ancients understood a brutal truth that our modern society has forgotten. No person is free who is not master of themselves. Think about that deeply. True freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want. That is the freedom of a toddler. True freedom is the ability to not do what harms you. If you cannot say no to the donut, You are not free. You are a slave to sugar. Your master is a chemical reaction. If you cannot say no to the ex-boyfriend who treats you like an option, you are not free. You are a slave to your loneliness and your desperate need for validation. If you cannot say no to scrolling on TikTok for 2 hours before bed, you are a slave to the algorithm. Engineers in Silicon Valley own your attention. They own your mind. Discipline is not a cage, as so many lazy people believe. Discipline is the key to the cage. The undisciplined woman thinks she is free because she follows her whims. I don't feel like working today, so I won't, she says. She thinks this is liberty. No, that is servitude. She is a servant to her body. She is a servant to the weather. She is a leaf blowing in the wind. Wherever the wind of hormones, rain, or a rude comment blows, she goes. The disciplined woman is a rock. She does what she decided to do, regardless of the weather, regardless of the mood, regardless of the difficulty. This is true sovereignty. Sovereignty means you are the ruler of your internal state, and a ruler does not negotiate with terrorists. So how do we build this? Forget about motivation. Motivation is a fair weather friend. We need a protocol. Look at the most powerful, iconic women in history. They didn't rely on magic. They relied on a machine. Consider Anna Wintour. For over 30 years, she has sat on the throne of the fashion world. She is the most powerful woman in publishing. Editors come and go. Trends rise and fall. But she remains. Is it luck? Is it just talent? No. It is military-grade discipline. Every single morning for decades, Anna Wintour wakes up at 5 a.m. Before the world is awake, she is on the tennis court. She plays for 1 hour. It doesn't matter if she was at a gala until midnight. It doesn't matter if she is tired. It doesn't matter if she is sad. She plays. Then she gets dressed. She puts on her uniform, the perfect bob, the dark sunglasses that act as armor against the world, and she executes. She does not wake up and ask herself, do I feel like being the editor of Vogue today? She does not negotiate with her alarm clock. She has a system. That is why she is an icon, and everyone else is just an employee. She treats herself like a high-performance business. She treats her energy like capital. She understands that decision fatigue is real. That is why she wears the same style. That is why she keeps the same schedule. She automates the small things so she can dominate the big things. If you want to be a queen in your own life, you must stop acting like a chaotic amateur. You need a uniform. You need a code. You need a start time. Why is this so hard for us? Because discipline requires a specific type of love. It requires mature love. Most people think self-love means bubble baths, chocolate cake, and skipping the gym. That is not self-love. That is self-sabotage. That is how a grandmother treats a spoiled child. Oh, poor baby, have a cookie, don't strain yourself. That kind of parenting creates a weak, incapable child. That kind of attitude towards yourself creates a weak, incapable life. Real self-love is parenting yourself. Real self-love is doing the hard thing now so that your future self has an easier life. Discipline is an act of service you perform for the woman you will be tomorrow. Look at it this way. When you wash the dishes at night, even though you are dead tired, you are giving a gift to the morning you. You are allowing her to wake up to a clean kitchen, to brew her coffee in peace, and start the day with beauty. When you invest your money instead of spending it on fast fashion trends, you are giving a gift to the future you. You are buying her freedom and security. When you go to the gym and lift heavy weights until your muscles burn, you are building the house that future you will live in. You are giving her a strong heart and a capable body. If you are lazy, you are abusing your future self. You are stealing from her. You are leaving her with your mess, your debt, your health problems, and your unfulfilled dreams. You are abandoning her to deal with your trash. Is that love? No. That is neglect. That is betrayal. A woman of high value loves herself enough to be strict with herself. I hear women say to me all the time, "But Margo, Being disciplined is so hard. I just want to live an easy life. I don't want to suffer. Let me tell you the absolute truth about the word hard. Being disciplined is hard. Yes, waking up at 5 a.m. is hard. Saying no to comfort food is hard. Building a business is hard. Studying when others are partying is hard. But look at the alternative. Being broke is hard. Being unhealthy and out of breath walking up the stairs is hard. Hating your reflection in the mirror is hard. Living with a partner who does not respect you because you are afraid to leave, that is hard. Being jealous of other women who did the work you refuse to do, that is the hardest thing of all. Life is going to be hard no matter what. You cannot escape suffering. It is a condition of human existence. But you have a privilege. You get to choose your suffering. There is a famous concept that you need to burn into your mind today. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Do you know the difference between them? The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. The pain of discipline is sharp, but it is temporary. It burns for a moment in the gym or during the early morning wake-up call. But then, it transforms. It turns into endorphins. It turns into pride. It turns into results. But the pain of regret? That is a slow poison. It is the heavy ghost of the woman you could have been, haunting you for the rest of your life. It is sitting in a chair at 80 years old, looking back and realizing that you wasted your potential because you were too tired or too scared. That weight will crush you. So when the alarm goes off tomorrow morning, remember this choice. You are not just choosing to wake up. You are choosing which pain you want to carry. Do you want the ounce of struggle now or the ton of regret later? Look at yourself in the mirror today, right now. Do not look for flaws. Do not look for wrinkles. Look for potential. Look at yourself the way a master sculptor looks at a block of rough marble. You are the sculptor. Your life is the clay. Every time you resist an impulse, every time you keep a promise you made to yourself, every time you choose the hard path over the easy one, you are smoothing the clay. You are chipping away the excess. You are refining the form. You are creating a masterpiece. A masterpiece takes time. It takes pressure. It takes the ruthless removal of everything that is not excellent. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for the mood. The mood will never come. The only thing that stands between you and the life you dream of is the ability to do what you don't feel like doing. You have two paths before you today. One leads to a momentary comfort, a warm bed, a donut, a scroll on the phone, and a lifetime of what if. The other leads to struggle today and a lifetime of pride, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose your pain. Get up. The work is waiting.